Day, he's battled back, and he has once again shown his dominance on mile and a half. Martin Truex Jr. is going to win the first race of the playoffs.
Congratulations, Martin.
All right, we are 2 weeks away from NASCAR's return to Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet. 4 big races on the mile-and-a-half oval, culminating with the Overton's 400 on Sunday, July 1st. Joining us to preview the race weekend and what's going on in NASCAR is the president of Chicagoland Speedway and all-around just great guy, Scott Paddock. Scott, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Great to be with you.
Yes, we're happy to have you here. It's always nice to have 4 people on the panel, you know what I'm saying? All right, plenty of racing coming up the week after next, but what else is in store for race fans?
Well, what I tell people is these weekends are about much more than just the exciting racing on the track. It's a festival. It's a slice of Americana all coming together. I give the analogy, it's like the Kentucky Derby. Even if you're not an avid horse racing fan, you love the Derby because of the pageantry, the pomp and circumstance. That's what a NASCAR. This is a one time a year. The best stock car drivers come to our market, and they're battling out for a shot at the playoffs.
You talk about battling it out, and this year it looks like it's been a two-person race. Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch have been winning consistently on the circuit. What is the key to them, and do you think it's going to come down to these guys?
It's remarkable. They've won 9 races between the two of them, clear dominance. And the real story this year is Hendrick Motorsports and Jimmy Johnson, a 7-time Cup champion, just not getting it together. They're in a new Chevy Camaro this year, and they just haven't figured out how to match up the right setup with that new body style. But clearly, it's all been about Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch, Truex a little bit. And I think what drivers are starting to realize, if we're not going to compete for winning races, we've got to win these stages, because now you get points at various points in the race, stage wins. So that's affecting the strategy we're seeing this year.
Martin Truex have another great season, Scott. What chances do you give him on a repeat on the title?
I love him. I mean, he's clearly, different drivers do well on different racetracks. Some are known for their short track racing skills. Some are better on the super speedways like Dale Earnhardt Jr. was. Martin Truex and his team have dominated the mile-and-a-half ovals. That's what we are, and that's what 5 out of 10 of the playoff races are. So don't count Truex out of it by any means.
All right, lastly, Jimmy Johnson, you mentioned him earlier. He's just not having it together this season. What's up with him?
He's not. And he's won 7 NASCAR Cup championships. The only other 2 drivers to do that, I think you've heard of them, Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt Sr. And that's what's fueling Jimmy Johnson at this point of his career. He wants to separate himself from everyone else and be known as the one that's holding the most titles. And he hasn't figured it out yet in those Camaros and that new body style. I wouldn't count him out yet, but he's got his work cut out for him.
You talk about racers and how they get involved with the community and try to get fan interest through doing great things as well. People follow him. Kyle Larson was in town. He was at the Heinz VA Hospital. Did you get to see and talk to him about that and how that went?
He did. I mean, we're celebrating pageantry and patriotism. It's our Stars and Stripes weekend, so we want to do a lot with military veterans, and that's a big part of the race weekend. He came out. He was at Sox Park throwing out the first pitch, and he also bumped into LeBron James at the private airstrip in O'Hare. I don't know what Mr. James was doing in town.
Where's LeBron going?
Oh, really? A little bull talk.
That was a little tidbit he shared with me.
Yeah, that's good. All right, there's a lot coming up here. I think that we're going to show you exactly what you can see and you can check out this weekend. Scott, thanks so much for joining us. We're so happy to have you here with us, and always nice to have a friendly face here on the panel. Okay, here's what you have to look forward to at Chicagoland Speedway race weekend. Lots going on, 628, 629, 630, and 71. Scott, where can you get tickets for these events?
They can go on to our website, ChicagolandSpeedway.com.
And if you've ever been to a race, you want to be there the whole race weekend. It's incredible. From time trials all the way through, it's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. We enjoyed having you out a couple of years ago.
Oh, my God, it was great.
And he said it's like the Kentucky Derby. So what more do you need?
Just a lot louder.
Yeah, a lot louder.
The horses don't make that kind of noise.
And there's probably not a bunch of mint juleps running around, I'm assuming.
Well,
pass around,
you're allowed to go in with your own cooler.
That's right.
So there is that.
That's right.
Make mint juleps if you want. That's fine.